Welcome back to this week's edition of the Growl.
This week is all about the people.
This edition of the Growl turns the camera on you, the people of MHS.
I'm Matt McCurdy.
And I'm Aaliyah Jackson, and this is the Growl.
A young girl named Kaylee Jones has been struggling with diabetes, but it doesn't stop this remarkable girl from doing what she loves.
Here's more from Kat Arnold, Matt McCurdy, and Carrie Burkhead.
I don't think diabetes affects my social life. I really think I'm an outgoing person. I can literally talk to a wall if we're gonna be honest here. Like, I'm not gonna lie. My diabetes in athletics, it does affect me, I would say. But the goal is to get to a point where it doesn't affect me. So. I would say so. Oh, growing up with diabetes, I would say so. I guess whenever I first found out I had it, I guess it was like, oh, why me? But as I got older, I was like, you know what? Other people have it, they can manage it. Like, I guess I got over it.
Thank you for that.
You can't be a student at MHS and not know B. Brennan Wilson is a junior this year and a tremendous overcomer.
Here's more from Aaliyah Fountain and Jocelyn Garcia.
I'm Jocelyn Garcia, and today we will be looking into Brennan Wilson and his long journey through CFC syndrome.
How have we helped him through his condition? I mean, a couple of years ago, well, not really a couple of years ago, many years ago, we got a feeding tube. So, like 3 times, 4 times throughout the day, we have to feed him. And at first it was kind of strange, but now it's just kind of normal. But there's nothing really about his condition that's really that strange that we have to help him with, other than him being just different than everybody else.
Your life in any way?
Most definitely his condition has affected us. I mean, he's not like every normal person. And, you know, he likes to tease me a lot, that's the thing, about many things. And it's I kind of live with it, you know, because it's part of what he does. I mean, I've just lived it with it for so long, it just feels normal. Well, first off, I didn't even know that the doctors thought he was going to live a shorter life, so that's news. But I guess knowing that, I guess it's kind of cool to know that he's lived longer than expected, but I don't know how to put this in better words, but it's just good to know that he's lived longer than he could, so, you know, you never know about really what could happen, but
What's your favorite thing about Mexico High School?
Going to Ken's bathroom.
Favorite hobby or pastime?
Christmas.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Be a mechanic.
What is your job like?
Good.
So what do you do at Ken's?
Change the oil.
And
What else?
Put smell good in, and sweet.
That was a little look into Brennan Wilson's life. I'm Jocelyn Garcia. Tune in next time.
Thanks to Leah Fountain and Jocelyn Garcia. Being in a rodeo is either a big dream for some or a huge nightmare for others.
For Jaron Tebow, it's the ultimate dream. Aaliyah Jackson and Lexi Miller have the story.
Jaron Tebow has been bull riding ever since he was little. It has been his hobby that could one day take him to the next level. He practices every minute he can spare when he is not busy with school or sports. He is very dedicated and determined to reach his highest potential.
Good job, Jerry.
Woo!
24-17.
Doing rodeo.
Well, my dad rodeoed, for how many years, and then it was just part of my life ever since I was born. It's called calf roping, so I ride a horse and I rope a calf and then have to get off my horse and tie it by 3 legs. And it's a timed event, so, the fastest wins. When things go bad, just keep trying, which is my life lesson. Last year I made it to the National High School rodeo, which is my best memory. Well, sometimes the calves are pretty crazy and they kind of go everywhere, so gotta be careful about that, I guess. I have an arena at my house and we have some calves, which is how I practice.
Tebow has won many races in his lifetime. He is very quick on his feet and has good hand-eye coordination. A big accomplishment of his was making it to the National High School Rodeo. Tebow plans to keep on bull riding for as long as he desires.
Everybody loves the iconic movie Elf. In fact, they've turned it into a musical.
And our very own Mr. Dalton will be featured in that musical at Presser Hall. Here's the scoop.
I'm Shard Mullen, interviewing Robert Dalton, an English teacher who has worked at MHS for around 6 years and is playing a part in the upcoming Elf musical at the local Presser Performing Arts Center here in Mexico. Here, Mr. Dalton is going into detail about the musical and his opinion of it and ones he has previously been in.
Elves will be at the Presser Performance Hall beginning December 6th, and there are 6 shows. I play the Macy's store manager, and it's a good part. It's a part where you take this grumpy old store manager, and he's all at once is filled with the Christmas spirit that he gets from Buddy, and then he spreads it around to his employees.
The upcoming Elf musical will not be Dalton's first musical. He has participated in the musical Annie before this.
Storytelling, which I think all English teachers can relate to, but there's something about when you can tell a story via music that it just reaches people on a different level, and as a performer, it's just fun to do.
Dalton has been singing professionally for around 20 years.
Well, I used to keep it secret because I didn't know how it would be thought about, and I thought, yeah, why not? These are good kids here in Mexico, and no, you don't make it a big deal at all. In fact, after Annie, I've had a lot of students come up to me either right after the show or a few days afterwards, in school, and say how much fun they had and they enjoyed it. My favorite line that I have to deliver would be, it's more the usual home office bulldiggy.
After this musical, Dalton plans to audition for the Sister Act musical in the upcoming spring.
Thank you, Shard Mullen, Cole Yeager, and Tessa Hafling.
And that's it for this week's edition of The Growl. I'm Matt McCurdy.
And I'm Aaliyah Jackson, and this has been The Growl.